Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Amelia Sukma and I'm from SMAN 95 Jakarta Barat. A general phenomenon that is a population problems in Indonesia includes a very large population, high population growth, unequal population distribution, and population mobility. Population movement or population mobility has been happening for a long time, and this trend of population movement continues today. Population density continues to increase, then triggers the emergence of various cities problem, especially related to decreased carrying capacity of the urban environment. If the city is densely populated like this, continue to be allowed and its development becomes under control. Uncontrolled. The growth of big city is not only have an impact on the increased population size, but also accompanied by subsequent change in patterns of social relation impact on rural areas. Villages once again lived in a peaceful atmosphere with a pattern of mechanistic solidarity social relation that push out due to ruralization with organic solidarity social relation pattern. Ruralization is a term that describes the phenomenon of people moving from urban areas to other areas, especially to villages. Ruralization is an idea that does not only refer to the form of reverse flow of migration from cities to villages. Not just rural development that pay attention to infrastructure and local commodity production or urban penetration into villages by expanding urban agglomeration. The scope and concept of ruralization is much more complex than all that. If examined further, this term has a broader definition, although to get the concept of ruralization is still very rarely found in urbanization literature and rural studies literature. Based on the background, we can draw several arguments that are very likely to happen if we move urban residents to rural areas. First one, economic inequality and independence. Second, limited infrastructure. And the last one is environmental damage. The first one, urban residents move to rural areas may face difficulties in adapting to the new environment, thereby increasing the risk of economic inequality. Moving urban population to rural areas may reduce economic opportunity for them, as rural areas usually have more limited employment opportunities compared to urban areas. And also, urban residents relocated to rural areas may become dependent on government assistance or social organization due to difficulties finding work or creating sustainable livelihoods in rural areas. The second one, rural areas often have more limited infrastructure compared to urban areas, including access to health, education, transportation, and communication service. Urban areas are quite busy areas, so it is not surprising that transportation, health services, communication, and even education are more visible in urban areas. And lastly, moving population from urban to rural areas can increase pressure on the rural natural environment, such as deforestation, increased pollution, and land degradation, such as creating new settlements for immigrants from urban areas. Not only that, population movement from urban areas to rural areas can reduce the potential for economic growth in cities because many potential workers and consumers are lost. People who have lived in urban areas for a long time will lose their job because they are moved to a rural area. I think that's all the opinion I can convey. Thank you for paying attention. See you again.